let me just begin. As I was already talking about the author and also the book that he has written, that is A Girl of Valour. So, before I start with the interview, I really need to talk a bit about the author. That is, this author is not just a writer who is passionate about writing, but he's also a very enthusiastic blogger. So, in his free time, he often blogs about various aspects like nature, compassion, and also various aspects of courage, valor. So, which is very intriguing because while I was going through his book and I got to know a lot more about him, I was very fascinated that how can the single person write in so many different types of genres, be it poem, be it fiction, be it writings on difficult aspects of life like thriller or anything like to do with nature. So hats off to you, author, for being so versatile in your craft.
Thank you. Thank you, Suresh.
Okay. I just want to begin by, as we already know by the title of this live, that this is going to be a talk. We are going that is A Girl of Valor that has been recently published by you under Evans for Publishing. I just want to understand that what made you decide to write this particular novel, and did this particular story get inspired by any event in your own life?
Yeah, so I can start with uh, if any one of you heard that one movie, No One Killed Jessica. So, uh, like that movie, it's about the journalism where there was one murder happen, and it was said that come in the news that it has happened. It's a suicide, not a murder. So that that point impact me. So when I'm writing my book, so I want to write on the journalism. Nowadays, everyone talked about how journalism has been made hand with politicians and others, and we are not the social media or the news is not giving the proper news. They are or sometimes they are fake or they are lying. I want to make a character where I want to show because I am very eager to understand the mind of journalist when and how it will how a journalist or the reporter will impact the people's life. So starting from when you like wake up, you pick up a news or you see the newspaper, and whatever the news it will show, you will get it as a fact. But most of the time, it's not a fact. It's a lie, or sometimes it's a fake news. It's a propaganda by the politicians. So through my story, I want to show that journalism, how big impact it will give on the society and help others uh, that will help others in living a better life if we provide them the proper news, the proper facts about life and what's going on around them.
Oh, that's absolutely lovely, author. In fact, when I was going through the book, I was also very much, curious to understand the very difficult aspects like trauma, PTSD, and also, self recovery through healing.
Hmm.
So, I want to understand that, what made you write about such tough topics, and what is the message that you want your readers to take out of a book which not just talks about, I would say, justice, but also courage, but also in a way talks a lot about the darkest human emotions, like depression, loneliness, sadness. So, what
Yeah.
messages do you want your readers to take?
Yeah. So, I picked up the protagonist, Sadgi, who is the main character in the whole story. So, she has like having a disease called PTSD, that is post-stress traumatic disorder. So, why I've included that? Uh, although she has a professional profession, she has chosen the profession as journalism. She want to do reporting. She want to bring truth. She want to share the facts with the society. And but in her life, how she has come up, how she has gained that courage. So through that uh, like medical medicine disease, she has given herself a chance to like she has been into depressed. She faced that challenges in her life when she lost her father. Then she will be alone. She went to school and college where she has been criticized or bullied for her behaviors or how she perform in her studies or how she think. So that PTSD, it's not just one of the disease, but it's a very tragic disease. Anyone can have, like whoever like serve in the army, they also face post-traumatic or anything related to where you have been in, seen the accident or some traumatic incident happen in your life. So it can happen to anyone. So I want to bring that with to that protagonist so that I can show that even though she faces very severe or serious disease in life, and she has that gained that courage to fight with the society. So first she has to fight against her problems against the society. Then she can bring, like we can say that like. Okay, she's one of the protagonists. That's why you showed him as a courageous girl or bring them as a warrior in the story. But through her disease, first she has fought her challenges, what she faced by the society. She faced that, she like rectified that, and then she has that courage or that ability to, and that integrity as well, to bring the truth and facts to the society. So that's why that character is quite complex. She has a disease, she faces many challenges, but at the same time she is ready to fight her journey as well, her past as well, and even the society challenges, or she wants to report only the truth, even though she has to face many challenges by the politicians or the businessmen.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. The protagonist, that is Saadgi Aryan, is such a complex character. And I think we can relate to her because everybody, has some or the other aspect of difficulties to deal in our own character or in our own personality. So there are lots of layers to each one of us. So I feel in that way, even I could relate with the character a lot. I would really like to understand that this particular thriller also has aspects of business and politics included, which is not a very easy thing to write about, because you're writing a thriller, but at the same time, you're dealing with complex topics like business and politics. So I just want to understand, like, what made you include such topics in this particular novel?
Yeah, so uh, like as I said, like I picked up that top as a character who is already facing the challenges, and in one at one point in the time, like she has find that like whatever the profession we have, like we may face many challenges, and it's revolves around so many things. It's not like just the people around us. It's like it's driven by the politicians, by the parties, by the economy. So that's why we have the businessmen. So our life is not just like we are doing some profession. We do it. We go. We do our work and come back with the family. Other things in our life, in our society, the culture, the way people think, the things are happening, like how the people are elected, how we vote and people got elected, and how their actions like affect our life, and how the businesses happen. We just say like. economy is booming, India's economy is booming, and everything is happening. But what is behind that? Is it happening in a good way? Is it affecting other people life, the common people life? So that's why I bring that angle of businessman and politician. So we can say that it's not like always like there's one party, one person is elected, you have given vote, and now everything is good. But there are so many things that drive the politician, how he thinks, what his ideologies. So when a person created a party or uh, uh, like bringing that uh, agenda or manifesto when he is campaigning for his so he has one ideology or some thing in his mind that he's going to fix these things, that things. But it may happen, it may not happen. It's based on how the person it is. So I bring that the politician angle, the business angle, and how they affect the common people life, and how their action sometimes are hiding by the journalists. Like if we can see only news that is shown to us and we read in the newspaper, but what if that news is correct or not? We don't know. And how the politician is doing the his job correctly or not. So that's why I bring that angle that how politicians work is, are they doing their good work, or are they doing some corruption, or are the business that are driving, there's a thriving in and people get benefit as a consumer, they will get benefit, but all on the process, are they following the process, are they doing it legally or illegally? So that's why I bring all those aspects.
Okay, awesome. So I just wanted to understand that since we are already talking a lot about the main character, that is Saadgi Aryan, who has a lot of layers to her. So I just want to understand that will this particular character fit or will it challenge common thriller stories, and how do you think you actually came about with drawing or creating this particular character?
Yeah, so as I said, like character wise, like it could be she's like if someone has read or fully read that will understand she has she's a very common person. It's not like she has some big something different or some special ability to do things. That's what I want to show by my story. Like she's a common person. She faced few challenges. She lost her parents from in a very early age, and she started living with her with his uncle, so with her uncle. So it's like she has to face everything, like from in school she'll not be able to cope up with the trauma, so that affects her studies. So it's like it's a common story. Like it can would be happen to anyone. Like it's not like only the traumatic event happened. It's and it could be anything. Even the smallest thing. If someone bullied you, if someone is not able to uh, like someone is not in good in studies, or someone is not able to understand uh, the things like going on the like our parents taught us, or what society wants to understand. So her character is very common as a common character. Then once she get into this traumatic event and she understand, like there are people who are very careful about her family and all, but she has to face other challenges like at school, at work, and that's how she understand it. And she understand that if she don't put up any courage, the other angle is like the courage. So we can say that you should have a courage, but how you should bring that courage? So she understand that okay, there is society, there are many type of peoples. They always try to like pull you. They're not trying to help you, but there are people who can help you understand you. So before that, you have to understand yourself as well. So she understand her problems. She came up with, she like understand what she like, what should be her purpose. Then she bring that, okay, that should be my purpose. I will get into the journalism. I will should do reporting. I will bring facts because in this story, so many things happened where she understand that what we learned is not always is correct. So she want to make it correct. So she said that I will be in the reporting and I will do the justice to his to this role. And then she is ready. She has the purpose in life. She has the challenges already she is facing. Once she are ready and she character is built and how she perform, how she face challenges in later part in her life. That all this character is about.
I completely understand. In fact, I also agree with you. The character is talking a lot about PTSD, that is post traumatic stress disorder. And we know that in modern generation, this PTSD is a very rampant problem. And a lot of people are going through depression and all sorts of darkness, which can sometimes also force them to suicide. So, how did you make sure that you talk about such a sensitive issue like PTSD correctly and also carefully while writing the novel?
Yeah, so I've heard about this PTSD. Normally, it like my elder brother was in army, and I've heard from him, or like in army, people got this post-traumatic disorder because they daily see some deaths, they kill people. So it's that is one of the example where I can relate to. But it's common to everything. Even the small incident happening to you, it will affect you. And and how the people will react when they see the some tragic event. Even in our life, if we see some tragic event for some time or for some days, for some months, we will like shock or will not able to digest it easily. So it's a very common problem for everyone. But how you react to that problems, that is important. And PTSD is very challenging one. Like it's like I've studied it about this PTSD disease where it says that it is not like some disease like you get fever and you take a tablet and it's gone. It's like ongoing process. Like some days you feel okay, some days you feel it again it come back to you in some other form, some other nightmare, some other dreams, bad dream, some other dark reality. So it's a like daily you have to go through it, you have to understand it. But how you going to fix it by not just like sitting and think about it, okay, it will go someday. So that's why the Saadgi, the character in this story, also talked about it. She gone through it, she understand. Like his uncle also tell him, and there's one character, Raman Tyagi, who is his like family doctor, who told him that if you want to distract from this disease or you want to improve this disease, then you have to have some purpose in your life. Otherwise, if you sit on this, you will not able to fix that issue. It will come back to you again and again in some dream, some nightmare. So that's why how she bring she understands what she like, what she don't like. Then she find the purpose. And when she find the purpose, it's not like that PTSD gone forever, but she understand the how she going to fight PTSD. That's how she build his character in a story.
I think a major portion of this book is also talking about courage and how you have to deal with all the pain and misery no matter what yourself. I mean, of course, you can take help, but at the end of the day, I think it's always a solo journey and we have to self motivate ourselves on a daily basis. And kudos to you on dealing with such topics and also showing motivation and inspiration at the same time. I would really like to understand that this book is a mix of suspense, mystery, as well as drama. So,
Yeah.
how did you make sure that there is a good balance between all the three?
Yeah. So, uh, I started with like some drama. Uh, like when I started writing, like it should be some drama. I want to show the like as I said, it's all. It's not something. It's a story. I am saying I have created a character that has shown this vulnerability, her courage, and all. But if you've seen that, this is a very common journey for any other person in our life. Okay, we see these issues like someone face some issue, then she gains some courage and then fight for the right cause. So it could be like everyday's drama, like everyone start with their life, they face daily challenges, they face, then they bring in. And then it's like uh, later I move it, give suspense and some thriller as well because there are so many character. It's the main character here is Saadgi, but there is other character as well. Like there's one more character, Madhav Sapuru, in the story, who was also became a victim of the politicians. He was the ACP uh, in the story. He has played a character. He was the ACP, and then he took a voluntary retirement. So there are other character as well. I want to show it's not like only the protagonist who face challenges, the story, and how she bring the truth to the society by her journalism. But there are other aspects as well. It's not like in every profession or every aspects of life people face challenges and every it's like interdependent. Someone will affect someone else's life, but it's you, as you said, it's on us how we going to cope with that. So that's why I bring that suspense that although she doing her job as well, but she didn't know so many aspects of life of other people, her even her past that she not aware of, like what had happened to her while she was in teens, and how he lost her father, and what are the how this the things she has reported or she want to convey or if she want to show to the people how it's interwoven from her past as well, from many other people in the around her, like his father, his uncle, and the character Madhav, how he that character connected to her also. So that's why I bring that suspense there. Otherwise, it will affect. It will like a simple story of her act, but it's like she's living in one of the society. She is living in the place where everything is affected by some other person, and she understands that her life is not that easy since childhood. So and how she understand that her past also affect what she's doing right now. That's why I bring some thriller as well in the story.
Okay, okay. That's like lovely to hear. I totally agree. Like we live in a society, we don't live alone. No matter how much we don't like, we have to survive with people around us. So it's like a codependent relationship always. So
Yeah.
I totally agree. I would really like to understand that a lot of the portion of the book talks about this medical conspiracy, and the entire twist around that plot gives a lot of excitement to the readers. So, how did you really plan to write about that particular twist? And also, did that change or did the storyline change while you were writing and coming up with that entire twist in the medical conspiracy?
Yeah, yeah, means I have started. It's when I started writing, like I already have this the character Saadgi and the I can say antagonist, the politician Lal Singh in the story. But that when I started, it was totally different story. It's not covering any medical aspect, but later I bring it. Earlier, it was kind of different story. I want to show some uh, related to Naxalism, but I bring this aspect because this medical conspiracy and how it will affect it. It's like she also facing that issue in her life. She also have some medical condition. That is what her character I have built it. Then later I want to like bring that how she how well she understand the the medical conspiracy, because it's not only a medical conspiracy. By this it has affected a lot of people, and the it's like for her is a survival instinct, like, oh, if she's not able to bring that to the society, it has really affect the many people around her. So that's why I bring that medical conspiracy. And uh, uh, it's like one more point is where I've showed that it's not always a medical conspiracy. Like, if we want to bring something in someone people life, it always affected by the bad people. They bring corruption, they do different kind of things that the fundamental nature of that like in my case it's a medical thing, has totally changed. The basic understanding of bringing that medicine is totally changed. So that's why I bring that like drama or the suspense in that, how it debunked that medical conspiracy and how it helped a lot of people's life. Not only Sadhgi's, it's not just Sadhgi's reporting something. It's about how that help the other people's life.
Okay. So for many of the new joiners that are joining right now, I also want you all to know that this author that we're talking about is not just a writer, but he's also a software engineer by profession and he is based in London. So I just want to understand that how are you managing both? How are you juggling between writing and then again engineering? So do you have a writing routine or does one job affect the another one? How is it?
Yeah, definitely. Like as a software engineer, I'm doing like it's full-time job. So I need to like make some routine. I have to like normally I write in the morning. Sometime I sit after my once I complete my office. So it's like I have to set up some timetable for me, some set aside some time other than like giving my full-time job and time to my family and all. So it's like I've set up some routine to write daily, and it's like I like to write like as you like mentioned, like I write blog as well. So like it's like I have a passion to write on different topics as well. Like a story, when I started writing a story, it will take time. You have to build character. You have to bring a proper structure to the story, but at the same time I also like very eager to write on different topics, because fiction is you can tell through your story. You will give some message, you will give some entertainment also. It's if it's just a comedy or some other genre. So but through my writing I have like have constant want to give something to the people, like it's not like just a story I'm giving. It's just uh, it's for the entertainment as well. If someone read it, it will find some intriguing things in that. But at the same time I will also give some message, something it will take away after someone has read a 500 pages book. So definitely I will I've set some routine. My focus, like my main job is to in the software industry, but I have a passion to write. So I will uh, set some good amount of time in daily basis. Mostly in weekend also I put aside some time so that I will focus on my writing journey as well.
That's awesome. I think it's not very easy to manage your passion as well as your job. It's really difficult, and so many people are, trying to switch between passion and then duty, passion. So definitely congratulations to you for being able to maintain both. I just want to understand, as you already talked, that No One Killed Jessica was the movie that has a bit of an influence in this particular book. I also want to know that is there any particular author whose writing style has influenced your own writing?
Uh, I don't say any particular writer because I have read so many foreign writers as well. So, but I always took something from every story. When I read any book, because as a writer, I want to understand their craft, how they write, how they uh, put things in the story, how they build their character. So for me, it's like when I'm reading any fiction book, be it any writer, like I've read so many writers like James Patterson, Sidney Sheldon, and Leo Tolstoy. So so I've read so many of them, but everywhere I find something new. Even I've read some Indian writer as well, good books, but it's not like particular was anyone stuck on my head like okay I will follow him because I don't want to copy anyone. But anyway, whatever I read, I always read as a something as a guide. Like I sometimes I stop on some part and I read it again, or some dialogues that how they are uh, creating the dialogues, how the person is responding, how they start chapter, how they start the actual book, what is the first line they're writing on their book. So I always learn from different writers, their books when I read it. But there'll not be any specific writer. But if I want to choose, and I will say I am very impressed by Leo Tolstoy. Like I've read his books, Anna Karenina and War and Peace. So I like that writer very much.
Leo Tolstoy is also one of my favorites. I read Anna Karenina, I think 6 to 7 years back, and still one of my favorites. And I totally agree. Like, if you have to write well, you need to read a lot. So I'm totally believing that you read a lot as well for being able to write such beautiful books. I also want to understand that your first novel was A Fortunate Song and now A Girl of Valor. Both are exploring completely different parts and aspects of life. So, how has your writing style, grown or improved in between these two books?
Yeah, so when I wrote this first book, A Fortunate Song, it's means means I did not find any specific like uh, the process or approach to write the book. Like I just wrote it. Like I found some character, good character. So it's story about two friends who met, who have become friends, and how their story life revolve around them. Like one became a singer and other is the gangster. So I wrote that kind of thing. But through from the first story, from the second story, once I complete, I figure out that it's there'll not be any specific approach to writing a book, but at least I'm able to understand now how I'm going to approach, like how I define my character, how I find out like what should be my character. Because you have seen that you read some book, or maybe you watch some movie, you said like I've seen this kind of a movie or book, I've read this book kind of book earlier also, but here character is different. So that is the main thing for any story. What I understand is it always that story might be same, like it's same journalist, politician, and the businessman, and the story between the happening between them. But that is the just a plot or it's a story. But how you define the character and how the character evolve throughout the story, that is the main thing. What I understand from my writing process, or what I learned in all these years since I started writing, or since I written this two book. So building a character, because the main character, even the antagonist, not always a main character or the protagonist, but the other, how it affect the story, how it brings surprise or intriguing events to the story. So all things depends mostly on the character, how you're building the character.
It's absolutely great. I think it's really beautiful that you have decided to come up with such intriguing topics, which is not very easy to write about or talk about. This particular book not just has one message, but it has like a variety of messages. It not only talks about willpower and determination, but it also talks about how you can actually navigate, all the difficulties and finally find peace solution. And also a major portion of the book is about justice and believing in justice, which I think mostly gets denied, not just I would say in a society level, but also personally also I feel a lot of people does suffer from justice being denied. So is there anything specific, any specific message that you want readers to particularly take away from this book?
Yeah, message, as you said, there are so many messages, but yes. So the main message is how, like in our life, like we face many challenges. There always a way, like as our main character Saadgi has find out her way, and to find the way, you should have some purpose in the life. And it's not like you say, like until I don't have purpose, I will like live my life in a vulnerable way or in bad way. But uh, you should understand, like Sadhgi has actually understand her character herself. By that character, she has understand that what she has to live in the society where there's so many types of people. So by this story, you can understand that you will always daily you will face many challenges, many things. Someone will not approve. Even sometimes your family will not approve, or society will not approve. But once you understand that, yeah, what you are doing, what your purpose is correct, you will understand that everything is achievable. You will like able to like fix the things, the problem that you're facing in your life, with the help of people around you, and with the help of your family, with the help of yourself as well. And you will face whatever challenges you face, you will fix it. And you have that courage to like help other as well. Sometimes we uh, like stuck in our things so many times that we forget that we live in a society that everyone wants someone's help. So you always have to uh, be ready to give help to others as well. Not only you think about yourself, okay, this is my problem, I'll solve it. I don't know what other person problem is, and I don't want to understand it. But once you start understanding, it start from family, it start from you, then it's to go to society and go to the whole world, because we are all interconnected. So it's like some this message by this story I want to give.
That's great. I think it's not very easy to talk about topics like mental health or PTSD or depression. So, in that way, this book does play a major role in helping people to at least start talking about these topics, which, of course, a lot of development has been done around mental health, but still, a majority of it is still a taboo, and not everybody can open up about, such struggles. So, I just want to understand that what was your hardest part during writing this book, and also which part are you most proud of while this particular writing journey of this, A Girl of Valor?
Yeah, so my hardest part is to to write a climax because I actually have changed a lot of time this climax. It's sometimes like I've read something, then I totally like remove it because I want to close. If you have read that book or someone will read it, uh, everything has happened and everything good, and at the end it happened all good because there are always two ways to close the story. Either you just read it open, made it open, like something happened, she figured out she did something, and okay, now the writer what he did, like he just put it on the reader that they will find or understand like what should be the climax, or sometimes we're not able to we're not able to give the closure. So first time that's very hard for me. Like how I'm going to finish the story. Is it on the happier note, or it should be on the, like I just put it open that someone will understand. Okay, this might have happened. So now is it okay? But later I decided I will move it that way, and I will write a climax which is both in a happier way, and the also it's also lighter because the whole story is very so many characters, complex things, so many things happen to Sadhgi as well. So it's not always like the character should get peace. It's like the reader should also get peace. So I have given that closure with a happy ending. And as you asked, most proudest part, I would say, uh, uh, I built this character, like as I said, on so many parameters. Like she faced depression, she faced many challenges in her life. She understand, she find out a lot about her past, and she fight for her rights, for other people's rights. So I'm very proud that I'm able to create that character because uh, earlier when I started writing this book, so the other character, Madhav Sapru, who was the ACP and who has helped Sadhgi in his journey, in her journey, was my main character, but I want some like a strong character. So I bring that Sadgi's character that was the later added in the story. Means I have written few chapters, but later I've added this character, and this character actually outperform the earlier character which I wrote. So I'm very proud of on that character actually.
That's great. I think everybody loves a happy ending, and also with a character that is so layered and so complex. Finally, she finds her own way. So that definitely is going to be very inspiring for a lot of readers. I have read your very first novel, that is A Fortunate Song, and then this. And I'm really very curious to know if you're working on any current projects that we can look forward to.
Yeah, I've started one more like fiction story. So, it's also when I started writing, I have always something in my mind. Will it when someone will read it, although it's suspense story or someone say the story comes in the crime fiction, but that is very the small part of. But the main part of this story is to will it the story will able to give you some inspiration or give you some help in some way. So again, I'm writing one story that is on also girl story who was fight the societal challenges. So it's totally different from the this one, but again I'm trying to build a character who is able to understand life, because once character is live only when she understand when a character understand himself, or try to bring something into the society. So I'm not going to reveal everything, but I'll say I've started one more story, which is also about a girl and her journey, I would say.
That's lovely. I'm definitely like looking forward to that. I also want to understand if Saadgi Aryan's character is going to be repeated again in any of your work, or are you going to write about new characters and explore new themes and areas?
No, no, it will be totally different character. Uh, I don't think I will going to bring that Saadgi again, because for me it's like her journey she started and it's closed on good note, and I don't want to bring that one. I'm going to write totally new character, totally new nature, her like different. And it should be different genre as well. It not be specific to crime fiction, or it's basically on the societal challenges. So that will be totally different character now.
That's great. I have read a lot of reviews about this book online, and the reviews are great. And a lot of readers who have read it are really liking it and raving about it, because it's not a very common kind of a thriller. It's a very unique kind of a thriller which deals with lot of complex topics like medical conspiracies, politics, business. So, I'm really like, I would just want to say you like congratulations on the book. And also, I just want to understand like just like the last few questions that are really in my mind. How does it really feel to know that your work is connecting with audience and readers are actually liking your work and your craft?
Yeah, it's very good to know that people like what I've written, because when you start writing something, you and like as a writer, you are the only one who lives with it. But and like as I said, I have when I started writing, I have different character, different sort of structure to the story, different endings. So like I have lived that book many times with the different angles, different climax, different storytelling. The way I've started the book, like the first, what should be my first chapter? Where should I start the story? But when it connect with the readers, then we'll understand that like whatever the work I have done, it I bring justice to it, and people started liking it. The way I've written the book, I've created the character, and the how the story revolve on these topics, because all these topics, all these characters are, as I said, are common characters in someone's life. Character, someone has faced these issues or lived that. So if I am able to bring one story which will help, or people understand that okay, this is not something special with someone is happening, then it will be for me like my writing journey will be justified.
That's lovely. And you're definitely one of those writers who have explored self-awareness and resilience. So I am sure that you must be very much, in sync with your own emotions. Also, I want to understand, like, this is probably going to be my last question of this last like, I would say this live, that do you feel like during this writing journey, you have also discovered a lot, in fact, I would say new things about yourself, and how has
Yes.
this entire journey, I would say, affected you, like, personally?
Yeah, you said a very good point. So, not even this is story, definitely I will understand a lot about myself, because when you write some story, as I said, I have lived that story. So sometimes you able to feel how the person will feel if he has uh, gone through this kind of trauma, this kind of challenges, and how it bring courage at the later part. So not even this story, but whatever I wrote. like that's why I think I've started. That was one of my passion. I've chosen as a writing as my passion because I was very like my own nature when I like bringing my life. Uh, it's very difficult for there are so many things happen to me as well. Like sometimes you're not able to tell even to your family so many challenges in your life and but when I started writing not and it's even poem not even the full story full novel or even I wrote some article on something as you said I wrote an article of self-awareness so you keep on learning, you keep on understanding yourself by that story, by that article, that poem, what is going in your mind. Sometimes there are so many things happening in mind, but one thought come and it's go, but you will not able to understand. Uh, like there's so many thoughts coming in your mind, but when you actually started writing, you have actually bring that to the bring it live like you will able to understand okay this why this thought or this thing come into my mind why this is my nature if I'm angry or I'm very emotional why I'm very emotional so through writing I have learned a lot about myself and not from this book but overall whenever I started writing since I started writing, I have learned a lot about me, and I think that's why I like to write a lot because more I write, more I understand myself as well.
Lovely, Athar. I just completely agree that I think writing is one of the best form of self-expression. And when we write, or as they say that when you journal your thoughts, a lot of those thoughts, all the complexities, they get resolved and we try to understand, it actually gets simplified. So I totally agree with you that you have been like able to experience your own journey and also as a result of which have discovered so many things about yourself. I just wish to say all the very best and also congratulations because for bringing out one after the other such successful books, and I'm sure that this particular book is also going to gain a lot of readers, a lot of visibility. It's already getting a lot of good feedbacks, and I'm sure after this particular live interview a lot of readers are getting a lot of better insight about your own mind and also the books. So just a very small message to all the viewers and the readers that you can get this particular book, A Girl of Valor, from Evans Publishing as well as on Amazon and all the major platforms. And you definitely have to go and read and buy this book because I have done it already. And I'm telling you, this is not like any other thriller that you may read or have come across. This is definitely going to blow your mind. All the very best, author. Any last words before we sign off and end the live?
Yeah, thank you for the interview, and thank you who have listened to this live interview, and I will wish everyone. Like on the this reading journey as well because for the writer reading is more important and whoever reads I would from this interview I'll give message it's not like I'm writing that so you should read the book but when you get into the reading books you will understand a lot about different lives and once you know different lives you will understand yourself as well so reading is a must I will say like you read this book you will understand lots of lives lots of things and others books as well so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, author, once again. All the very best. And please, everybody, go and get this book because you're not going to regret.